targeted sanctions.
What we have seen is that sanctions can put pressure on governments and regimes to change their behavior, and I think that that would be obviously the goal of this. And we continue to encourage President Assad and his government to honor the promises that President Assad has made.
Mourners for soldiers said to have been killed in the protests carried pictures of President Bashar al-Assad. For the past 11 years, he's had absolute power in Syria, providing stability but little freedom. Syria's position in the Middle East means it's being watched closely by the international community. It's a key player in an alliance involving Iran, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in the Gaza Strip, and other radical Palestinian groups, all opposed to peace with Israel. The fall of its hardline regime could weaken this alliance, but it could also remove what's regarded as a stabilizing presence in the region. More than 300 civilians are thought to have been killed since unrest broke out over a month ago, and as concern grows over the brutal attempts to quell the uprising, Britain, France, Germany and Portugal are now asking the UN Security Council to condemn the violence. Martha Fairley, ITV News.
Right, time for a first look at this morning's front pages, starting off with The Independent. Picture there on the front page, Peter Mandelson. He's added his voice to the proposed AV system debate. In an interview with the paper, he says, "This is our chance to hurt Cameron." Front page of Independent. The Times, meanwhile, leads with claims of a widening rift within the coalition, saying the Liberal Democrats say they are being sidelined by the Conservatives. The Daily Telegraph says that new WikiLeaks files have revealed London as a centre for the training of terrorists, claiming the capital is a haven for extremists. Front page of the Telegraph. On to The Guardian. They report on what they call the Al-Qaeda assassin accused of bombing 2 Christian churches and a luxury hotel in Pakistan, while the paper says working for British intelligence at the time. On to the Mirror's front page, now reporting on the human cannonball who died yesterday after his stunt went horribly wrong in front of a horrified bank holiday crowd. The Express now tells us that British workers face yet another pension shock under controversial plans to put forward by the European Union. And a quick look at The Sun this morning, saying that someone has put a £72,000 bet on Kate Middleton wearing a tiara loaned by the Queen. Well, that is the way the news looks this morning. Daybreak is next on ITV1. We are, of course, back at the same time tomorrow. Meanwhile, from all of us here, for now, goodbye.